Hey guys, what's up? UTM here with another League of Legends video. This time we talk about the new changes, the buff and nerf in patch 7.18, 7.18, just before World's going to start. So Riot did a few tweaks here and there because they don't want to mess up the entire pro strategy for upcoming Worlds. Changed around Orin, they changed around Ryze, who's becoming more powerful, and also tankiness is being removed. So let's see what has been going on. So here we are at Azir. So Riot's view on Azir right now is that he's a fragile damage dealer and they like him to like pussy fight from the back. So they gotta buff him and then you can deal more damage from the back, which, you know, as a Sona may not like this fight style. I think it's a smart play because Azir really felt, especially in the lower elos, like he wasn't really contributing, like this waste of space on your own team. But so he's now getting a buff. He should become stronger, do more damage, and it will be interesting to see. But the thing is, you can't really judge Azir based on this patch only, because they're also working on a rework Azir that's coming out quite soon. So I think it's best to just wait on Azir for a little bit to see what this patch and the rework are going to do for Azir. So they should make this Azir very interesting to watch and see if he can be also a threat on lower elo, because of course higher elo almost any champion is a threat, but low elo really depends more on the champion abilities and Riot's spaghetti coding, buffing or non-buffing skills. So next to Azir we go down the list. Let's see, what do we have next to Azir? Fiora, yes, Fiora, that's what I want to talk about. So I mean, anybody who's been playing the game longer than one season knows that Fiora is just toxic in the top. If you don't play top lane, if you play mid lane or bot lane, you just don't like Fiora. This is a disgusting champion. So you're like, yeah, Fiora, she's sort of dead. Nobody plays her anymore, at least not that often. She isn't that OP anymore. Great job, right? And now they're like, well, since patch 7.14, we've noticed that Fiora hasn't really been played that much, of course, because she's been nerfed so bad, because she was just this toxic, super disgusting champion, and we would like to bring her back. I'm like, no, why Riot? Why boost Fiora again? Why buff her? Don't, please. That stupid, she's gone. Just let her be dead. So she gets buffed. She primarily gets buffed on her bonus movement speed, which means getting away from her is going to be terrible. She's going to land her passive better right now. So this will be terrible. If this breaks like this, the Fiora wall that existed, this is not going to be great, especially for squishy supports or ADCs that I like to play. So next on the list, what else do we have that's interesting? Ivern's getting a buff again. So for some reason, Riot really wants Ivern to work, because they have been trying, tweaking, buffing, nerfing, nerf buffing, whatever you want to call it, for some time now. I think for like consecutive patches. I don't want to say how many, but it felt like almost every patch in the past has been some sort of Twitch the right word, some sort of little tinkering. What's the word? Not Twitch, little whatever. So some sort of little tweaks. Fine, tweaks. Tweaks is the word. So they have been tweaking little tweaks on not just his E. Trigger seed has been their main problem, but on multiple of his abilities. And when he came out, he was okay. Then they changed him a little bit. He became super OP, especially the pros. All the pros love playing him, also love banning him because of that. And you know, if he's played well in a great team that works together, Ivern can be super OP. But my experience in not lower elo, but gold and platinum, Ivern wasn't that powerful. I never was happy to see an Ivern on my team. So the whole reasoning behind Rakan, I totally understand this. If you're not a support player, you probably think like, well, what's the problem with Rakan? Don't really know it. It's not that Rakan stomps lane or whatever, or that Rakan stomps game. But here's the thing. I've noticed so many Rakan, like bad Rakan plays that don't get punished because the Rakan is somehow too tanky. I mean, he gets in, does some kind of CC, you know, proper CC, doesn't really do damage, but he takes on so much damage, so much that your abilities are on cooldown, and then if the enemy ADC is keeping a proper distance, they can just burn you down. And I mean, I've seen him on really low level take so many turret shots. If you look at the previous video I uploaded with the Ryze game, there was an Orianna and a Rakan that dived me under turret, and I don't even think that high a level, maybe level 8 or something. And the Rakan just got out easily. I did kill the Orianna because she just was quite stupid in the engagement, but it just proved that he can really go in every situation almost and get out safely once he has, you know, 3 or 4 levels, and it just makes no sense. Especially now that they're nerfing the Jarvan for doing the exact same thing, it would be logical to do it to the Rakan, because he has, in my opinion, has way more reliability when engaging and getting out safely than the Jarvan, for instance, who just has more damage. So that would make him also very dangerous. But the Rakan is, I think, is a really good catch to tweak to make him less of a pain in the ass, because he's, especially for support mains, it's just crazy how the Rakan can just go in on your ADC, take so much damage and get out, and then the enemy ADC just finishes off. So now we have my favorite buff of all the buffs and nerfs. Ryze's W, his Rune Prison, now getting a nice 0.6 overall ability power, getting a 0.4 bounce. So they see Ryze is something they are always working with. It's like the problem child of Riot. They buff him, then he becomes too strong, then they nerf him, then he becomes weak again, and they buff him. But the whole problem with Ryze is that he's well, not the problem, but the beauty of Ryze is that he's a very mechanical champion. You really have to hit your abilities in proper order, at the proper time, with the proper intervals, maybe in between, with the proper kiting. So you really have to be a skilled Ryze player. You can't just do 5 or 6 games and then you understand the champion, because having someone snared for 2 seconds is going to be quite toxic for a lot of players, especially junglers. Because imagine your jungler coming in lane and Ryze just EW Qs him. It's just gonna be a lot of damage, and your jungler's not gonna get on him as fast. So he's gonna get out and maybe do like 30-40% damage to the jungler. So the jungler's gonna think twice about coming in again. So he's really gonna prevent lane pressure on the mid lane now, which is also gonna be great. And with his ult, you can do some amazing ganks bot lane. I've done that in my video, not amazing, but some very toxic and annoying ganks. And once you put the Rune Prison on, it's basically over. So buffing the Rune Prison is gonna make it a lot of people, a lot of ADCs' lives hell, total hell. So good job, because I like that. I like Ryze. It's gonna be fun. Now the final and last nerf buff that I saw that I want to talk about is the Tristana, because I wasn't really thinking about this before I saw it on the patch list. But once I saw it, I was like, yes, good job, Riot, good job, because that little is very annoying. For some reason, she does a lot of damage, and she gets out. The most toxic part of Tristana is the reset on her jump. And given that, with the fact that she does a crazy amount of damage once the bomb is on your face, it's just so annoying. And she surprises you so many times, especially in the mid to low elo, where you think you are on the same level, right? You think you do about the same damage, you could go toe to toe, and then both of you get out with like 5 or 10% health. But for some reason, you go toe to toe with her, and then she just melts you down. And if she has a healing support behind her, it's over. Especially if she gets a BF sword, it's over, it's done. Right? Most of the time, only sometimes it's like, dudes, what the fuck? Like, really, why are you making this nerf or buff? It makes no sense. So stop around with Fiora. Just leave her somewhere at the cemetery. Nobody likes her. Nobody wants her back. Stomping lanes like crazy. And just let's just focus on the fun champs. And maybe next time, Riot, do a little bit more support buffs, because the support mains out there, we need some extra love,